Hello everyone and welcome to Siriana Tarot. This is a singles new love reading for Leo. We're going to look at the kind of love you're ready to experience now based on the growth you've already done. Take what resonates and leave the rest. Clear messages, advice, and guidance for my Leos, please. All right, so your person is showing up as the Page of Swords, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. They're also showing up as the Seven of Cups, all right? They're viewing you as the Queen of Pentacles, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy. And the connection, we see the Eight of Pentacles. Now, this is one of my favorite Eight of Pentacles because this is just a ride or die energy. This is loving, affectionate, supportive energy. This is let's build something real together type energy. All right, now we see the Moon card, so you could be dealing with a Cancer or a Pisces here, but I have a few cards here, the Moon, the Page of Swords, and the Seven of Cups, Leo, that tell me that this person may already be a secret admirer of yours. This is someone who has deep romantic feelings for you, but they're keeping them to themselves. The Moon card tells me this person is loving, they're romantic, they're nurturing, they're spiritual. The Page of Swords tells me this person pays attention to details and they probably know a whole lot about you. So they could be a friend or someone you see out and about in the community. They could be a coworker, you name it, but it definitely feels like this person is gathering information on you, Leo. The Queen of Swords in reverse, it may be that they haven't spoken to you yet. All right, they haven't let their feelings be known and they might be a little bit timid. Okay, they might need to work up that courage. And we see the Knight of Swords in reverse. Yeah, this is someone that maybe even you haven't talked to yet, but they certainly know a whole lot about you. They could also just be checking you out online and things like that. But I also feel like this person... like they just feel a little bit safer in the silence. So Leo, I am getting someone here who's feeling a little bit intimidated by you or just is kind of timid in nature, of course, until they feel more confident, more comfortable. The Three of Pentacles in reverse tells me initially you might feel like you and this person are very different. You're not compatible. You might have other options. You might even be dealing with somebody else. And again, that would also probably be why they have a blocked throat chakra, why they're, nervous or afraid to speak up because you're dealing with somebody else or you have other options around you. All right, so we see excuse me. Now my throat chakra got blocked, so I definitely think that this person has a blocked throat chakra, excuse me. All right, so Virgo energy, they're great planners and organizers. They can have a tendency to overthink and overanalyze. And I definitely think that this person's in that energy, overthinking, overanalyzing, kind of, knocking their confidence a little bit. Now, this person has a lot to offer. So they've worked hard to achieve their success. A comfortable lifestyle would be indicated with this person, Leo. They may have strong fire in their chart, but probably not a fire sun sign, maybe a rising or a Venus or a North Node or a moon. So Aries, Leo, Sagittarius there. And this person is surprisingly very passionate. And I think they're very passionate about you, but they just need to, move past that blocked throat chakra, move past that nervousness, maybe being a bit timid. But when you get to know this person, there's never a dull moment with this type of person who enjoys life fully, and they could be an exciting lover. Now, the Seven of Cups, obviously, well, not obviously, but for me, sometimes indicates a connection where you meet this person online or through dating apps. But I'm actually reading this as this person fantasizing about you, wondering about you, fantasizing about you, spending a lot of time daydreaming and longing for you, Leo. All right, so we see they could be African or of African descent, or there's some type of African connection here. What I feel with this, these are very specific messages that are not going to resonate with all of you, and that's okay. It doesn't mean it's not your reading. But it will be confirmation for some of my Leos here. Some of you, they have short hair, the same message goes. and they could have a real jealous ex here. Because I do think this is somebody who, when people don't like to let go of this person once they're in a relationship with them. All right, so let's see what else we need to know. What else do we need to know here? Okay, so we see change. This may be somebody who doesn't like a lot of change. Now, I'm getting kind of cardinal energy from them. Cancer, Capricorn, Libra, Aries energy here. Because, you know, I feel like this is somebody who sometimes feels safer in the silence. Somebody who might struggle with making big changes, right? Not to say that they stay stuck in bad situations or they're not open to change, but I feel like this is somebody who likes their routine, somebody who likes their home, somebody who, you know, doesn't love, you know, big change. You know, some people thrive on it. I don't think this person does. We see distant horizon, so I actually feel like this person is a lot closer to you than you realize or than you think. All right, they might also be a lot closer to making some sort of move or, you know, talking to you about changing this connection. And we see main female. This person has potential to be your person. And they certainly fantasize here, Leo, about being your main person. Male or female, it doesn't matter. All right, what else do my Leos need to know about this person? All right, they have an unusual hair feature, so there might just be something very different about their hair, or it could indicate a different ethnic background, or just a different hair texture. You know, if you have straight blonde hair, maybe they have curly black hair or something. They may have dreams about you. This is my deja vu card. They may even come forward and tell you they've dreamt about you, but I'm getting more so that this is an echo of them daydreaming about a life with you. They met you more than a year ago. So this is confirmation, Leo, that a lot of you already know who this person is. And you've impacted them way more than you realize. And we see that this person may have more vowels than consonants in one of their names. Or there's something about the vowels that really stand out in their name. Now, they're viewing you as the Queen of Pentacles, all right? Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy. So she's grounded, she's patient, she's stable. In this particular deck, I always feel like she's an entrepreneur. They like that you take good care of yourself, your house, your home, your finances, you know, your friends and your family. This person feels like, you know, when they're around you, like even if they're a little bit timid, I feel like they could really relax into you or into this connection with you. They love the way you take care of yourself. You always look good. The Knight of Cups in reverse. This person is a little bit hesitant though, Leo. Maybe they feel like you wouldn't want to emotionally invest in them. Maybe they feel like you're not looking for a stable relationship at this point in time, enjoying the single life, whether that's true or not. That's Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces energy. Yeah, this person is worried about third party. So they might be worried about you being in another relationship or other people giving you attention or affection. You know, they may have heard, it may not even be true, Leo, that maybe that you're promiscuous or you're a player or something like that. Again, that doesn't have to be true, but I feel like, you know, this person is worried about, you know, whether or not you have choices in love, whether or not you'll choose them. And it looks like you do have choices in love, the Two of Pentacles, or you may just be on the fence about this person because they're different than your usual type, or maybe you just don't know that much about them. You feel like they're not super open when they're around you. Okay, so I do think I don't think it's going to be like pulling teeth, but I do pick up on a timid energy around them. All right, so let's see. They see you as king. Oh, I just heard lion king, right? So they see you as enlightened, benevolent leadership, benefiting those in your charge. So they see you as a leader. I mean, I do feel like this person has some cardinal energy in their chart. I'm not exactly sure why that's coming through, but I keep getting it, like, and they see you being enlightened, a kind leader. You're good to those that you take care of, or, you know, your employees or your family members or your friends. And they also love that you're humble and devoted to knowledge. So you're open to lifelong learning as well. Okay, so that's beautiful because that denotes intelligence. The Eight of Pentacles tells me that there's real potential here, Leo, for this to be a connection that goes the distance, where you build something solid, stable, and secure. But I feel like it's going to take some time to get there, or to realize like we're so compatible. The Eight of Pentacles sitting right next to the Two of Pentacles, which is just out of the screen. 10 of Pentacles. So it tells me that there's abundance here. There's value. There's potentially building a family, building a life, or a legacy together. I feel like friends and family will really like this person, and vice versa. We see that this connection activates parts of you that were waiting to emerge. Through this bond, you step into a more authentic expression of yourself. All right, and to restore faith and connection. This connection reopens your heart to trust, reminding you that meaningful bonds are still possible. All right, beautiful. So they're going to restore your faith and love here, Leo. And balancing independence and intimacy, this connection asks you to hold space for selfhood and closeness equally. So, I mean, it may be easy to get lost in this connection or get lost in one another, but I feel like there's something healthy and mature where you're not going to really allow each other to do that. So there's still room for independence. So I'm getting like healthy space and room to breathe here. All right, let's go ahead and see what else we need to know. All right, we see love language, affirmations, loving words hold great power. So the more you get to know each other, the more you talk to one another, I feel like this is where you both start to feel much more secure. You feel held, you feel met and seen. All right, reaching out. So this person is going to build up the strength and courage to pursue you, Leo, or they realize they're going to have to speak up in order to get your attention. And this is a healing connection. So this is a romance that will potentially transform your life here, Leo. Beautiful. All right. And yeah, and it restores your faith and connection and being a really healing connection. I think that's like the biggest surprise of all, because I do think you're going to be a little bit on the fence about them initially. All right. So let's see. We see this month. So I'm doing this in the month of July. And we see December, Sagittarius, Capricorn energy. So within the next 6 months, Leo, this is going to be unfolding for you. All right, I'm going to leave it here, sending you love and light. Take care.